Today I'm going to share with you how you can fast track your expert status so you can get clients for your client business, your copywriting business, whatever it is that you're doing for serving clients. This actually comes from a subscriber question. The subscriber says, Roy, if authority equals visibility plus trust plus expertise, if authority equals visibility plus trust plus expertise, how do I fast track these together and in balance to go from unknown to I got to work with him in the least amount of time possible? Thanks, S. So the goal that we're going for here is I got to work with him in the least amount of time possible, bringing in the assumption that comes from showing up and being the authority. And authority comes from visibility plus trust plus expertise. So there's a lot of assumptions packed in this question. I don't think that those assumptions are actually that far off. So I will just roll with that and we'll focus on this ultimate goal of conveying a sense of authority that makes people want to work with you, right? So the big the big assumption that is also built into this that I do want to call out and go against, though, is that this authority status has to be like market wide. Like it's implied. It's implied that, oh, these people are going to be, to go from unknown to known, right? What does that imply? That how many people have to know about you for you to get a client? How many people have to think you're an authority for you to get a client? And I'm going to call that out, and I'm going to say one. And so instead of focusing on how can I become this like broad, widely recognized market authority, how can I go from unknown to become a broad, widely recognized market authority? I'm going to say, how can you go from unknown to known with one person and have that person or believe that you have enough authority that they want to work with you? Okay, because it starts there. And in fact, every persuasion situation involves persuading one person, right? Even if you were in front of a room, in front of a stadium full of people, and you were trying to put forward a persuasive argument, it would all come down to your communication with each person in that audience, right? So it always starts with one. And the way that you get clients and fast track your expert or authority status is you focus on that one and you figure out what is the problem or challenge that this person is facing right now that I have the solution to. And how can I convey to them my own sense of confidence that I can solve their problem, their challenge, their issue, that I can help them get the outcome, the result that they desire. And so make it about, focus on each individual, focus on one, focus on how you can solve the challenge, the problem, the issue that they're facing and want to have solved, and make it about them. Don't make it about you. Like, it's not about you being some like flashy authority expert. Make it about them. Like communicate about them, about the challenge that they're facing and how you can help them solve their challenge, right? Like how you can give them the solution that's going to work for them. And like that is the crux of this. It is getting in front of someone who has a challenge that you can solve and getting enough believability in your solution that they're willing to say, yeah, I'll give you a try, and figuring out what that means. Now, I do want to kind of break apart this authority equals visibility plus trust plus expertise. I don't know where you got that, if you came up with it or if you got it from someone else, or if I said it at one point, maybe I did. But I think that it's pretty accurate. Authority equals visibility plus trust plus expertise, right? Visibility. So visibility, when it comes to like this one, right, that we're focusing on, you want to get in front of your ideal prospect or prospects, right? But how can you be visible to the person with money who wants to hire you, right? Like just focus on that one thing. How can I be visible to this person? And I have an approach that I call conversational selling, where it's really just about like getting on their radar on a human to human basis and having a conversation with them, like very, very just, hey, I'm curious about this. Like, is this something that you are doing or whatever? Or I noticed that you're doing this. Is that something that you work with people like me? Yada, yada, like very like low key, human to human, just having a conversation, right? So become visible to one. Like, it's not that hard to become visible to one person. You just show up and you start having a conversation. Trust comes down to problem solving. And do they believe that you can solve their problem, right? And so focus on solving their problem, and they're going to start to trust you if they believe that you have focused on this problem that they want to have solved, and you have a process for solving it. And they're going to give you their confidence. They're going to have confidence in you, and you can have confidence if you focus on, okay, how is this one particular problem solved, and what process can be used to solve this one particular problem. And you'll develop confidence, they'll have confidence in you, and there will be trust associated with that. So visibility plus trust plus expertise. To be seen as an expert, you just need to become an expert in their challenge, their problem, their issue. And this is the place where I will say, be willing to do the work. Be willing to figure out what it's going to take to figure that out. And beyond that, be willing to do the work to actually like implement a solution, because a lot of people won't do the work to actually like figure it out, right? And sometimes that can involve going through a couple iterations of the work that you thought you were done on the first iteration, right? But be willing to do the work, and you will gain that sense of expertise from your audience. And then later, once you've done this a few times and you've gotten the results and you can talk about like case studies and stories, then you start to develop leadership media. And leadership media can be a podcast, it can be YouTube videos, it can be tutorials, it can be courses, it can be books, it can be all these different types of media, right? It can be posts on Facebook, it can be a Facebook page, it can be Facebook advertising, it can be webinars put out through ads, it can be all sorts of different media. Once you have gotten the result, once you have worked with the individual clients, once you focused on the one and then help them solve their problem, and then focus on the next one and help them solve their problem, and focus on the next one and help them solve their problem, then you can start to create leadership media about that. Media that conveys your expertise, your authority status, that makes you more visible across a broader market, that develops more trust. And when you do that, then I think that's what you're asking about. But like, that's not where you start in terms of this, like getting clients by getting authority, going from unknown to I got to work with him, right? You focus on getting that response of, hey, this is the person that I'm looking for, with just one in the beginning. And then once you've done that a few times, then you can start to package up your process and your idea and your methods and your teaching into specific media that makes you go from unknown to I got to work with him across a broader audience, right? That doesn't involve that one-on-one. Now, if you really want to go deep into this process of getting clients and my conversational selling method and all of that, I do have a free Launch Your Client Business mini course. And if you haven't gone through it yet, it's a ton of value packaged across 3 episodes. And I'll include a link with this. It's at breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com/LYCB for Launch Your Client Business, breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com/LYCB. And you can check that out. You can go through that. It's free. And it goes through my entire process that will help you get that expert status with this client and the next one and the next one and the next one, so that you can get your client business rolling, and so that you will go from that unknown to I got to work with him on a much broader basis. My name is Roy Furr. This has been a video episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I'd love it if you could leave a comment here and let me know on a scale 1 to 10 how valuable you found it and why. Like, what's your big takeaway? What's your action items? What are you going to do differently? How are you going to approach clients? How are you going to try to obtain expert status from that one all-important client? Also, tap that like button before you go so you get more content like this, and so the magical algorithms of the internet will share it with more people like you who will find it valuable. You can certainly share it with folks directly, and subscribe before you go. You can subscribe here. You can also go to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com, get my daily emails Monday through Friday, or if you sign up for that Launch Your Client Business mini course, you'll get my daily emails as well. Again, Roy Furr for Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I always aim for that 10 out of 10 value. I hope that I've delivered it here, and I look forward to seeing you again in your next video issue. I'll see you soon.